hearing from the Greene County Clerk about recent reports of the Department of Justice looking into voting machines in the state of Missouri. Chris Bryant is live at the Greene County Election Center with more details on what's being said about that. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Lee. Shane Scholler, the Greene County Clerk, says that his office has not been contacted by the Department of Justice when it comes to accessing the voting machines here in Greene County. Now, he is aware, however, of the request by the DOJ in other counties in southwest Missouri when it comes to accessing and requesting those voting machines when it comes to the 2020 election. According to the county clerk here in Greene County, the machines used are from a company in Omaha, Nebraska, and Greene County goes through a heavy testing process and validation process to ensure the integrity of the election here in Greene County.
We test our election equipment beforehand. We have a test deck that's hand counted by our testing teams, bipartisan teams, Republican, Democrat. They do that before the election. They do that same test after the election. And then we have randomly drawn precincts from no less than 5% of all the precincts across Greene County. And then we have randomly drawn races at the federal, state, judicial, county, and one issue that's on the ballot that are all hand counted. And they are compared to the tabulation of the machine itself before the election is ever certified.
Now, I reached out to the Missouri Secretary of State's office and the Department of Justice about the recent reports when it comes to accessing those voting machines. I have yet to hear back from the Department of Justice. However, the Missouri Secretary of State's office says that it isn't their investigation and referred me back to DOJ and when it comes to anything related to the investigation. We'll have more coming up today at noon and 4, but for now, in Greene County, Chris Bryant, KY3 News.
Chris, thank you.